So 160 countries have banned the use of ractopamine, which is a growth hormone given mostly to pigs. So it's banned in the EU and Asia, but it's estimated 80% of hogs produced in the US and a lesser number of cows are treated with the drug. The way it works is it's injected, obviously, into the pigs, and it directs nutrients away from the production of fat in favor of the production of meat, lean meat, which weighs more. So they say it can give an extra $10 per pig, per animal raised, which, depending on the size of the farm, that can turn into actually a decent amount of money. The important thing is that the feed for both hogs and cattle contains the ractopamine right up until the time the animal is going to get slaughtered, which means they feed it to them right up into the end. So there's no time to get it out of the body. So the chemicals are in the cow or the pig as it's killed, like it's not flushed out. And the reason that is because if you waited, like normally you would want to wait about 2 weeks in order to get it out of the system. But if you waited the 2 weeks, the animals would lose all that extra weight that they gained. So it's given up to them right into the very end, which means that they're slaughtered with the maximum amount in their body, which means that you eat the maximum amount by the time it gets to you on your plate. In humans, it binds to the beta receptors on the cardiac and smooth muscle tissues and creates stimulations, which they say is, I don't even know if this is true, but it says that people get heart palpitations from eating a ham sandwich. It sounds like a joke that I heard once, but you get heart palpitations from eating a ham sandwich, and this could be the reason why, because this ractopamine is binding to your cardiac tissue. And obviously haven't been any studies done on this, because why would the industry want studies done? There is a warning on the ractopamine itself. The warning says individuals with cardiovascular disease should exercise caution to avoid exposure. Those who mix and handle it are cautioned to use protective clothing, impervious gloves, protective eyewear, and NIOSH-approved drug masks. Sounds delicious. And then there's a quote from a farmer who used to give his pigs ractopamine, but stopped adding it to the feed because the animals were aggressive, they were a threat to anyone working with them, and death and injury to the animals themselves was frequent. He says, when we would move pigs or load them for market, we had to be so careful. Any stress at all, and the pigs would turn purplish and shake, and sometimes you would lose them to a heart attack. Just seeing what effect it had on the animals was plenty of reason not to feed it, for their sake alone. The pigs I saw didn't like what it did to them, and neither did I. And the Humane Society, the Center for Food Safety, the United Farm Workers, and others have filed a lawsuit against the FDA to ban ractopamine from the food supply. And we shall see how that turns out. But again, if there is a big pig lobby, there's a big everything lobby, but there's a pig lobby. So you can be sure they're going to be against banning ractopamine. So wonder who the FDA is going to side with.